Hare Krishna. So, I welcome all of you to the Spiritual Bliss channel. So, tomorrow is a very special day, Valentine's Day. The whole world celebrates this day as the day of love. The girlfriend gives roses to the boyfriends give roses to the girlfriends in this Valentine's Day. But do we know why the Valentine's Day is celebrated? What is the history of this Valentine's Day? So actually, this Valentine's Day is celebrated due to two famous saints, both of whose names were Saint Valentine. So these two Saint Valentines, one of them was a Catholic priest in Rome, and another Saint Valentine was a bishop in a church. So both these Saint Valentines were actually celibate monks who preached God consciousness. The real benefit of the human society can only happen when there is God consciousness. When God consciousness is kept at the center of our lives. So these two great saints, Saint Valentine, both of whose names were Saint Valentine, both of them preached the gospel of God consciousness to the society in general. And due to this preaching of God consciousness, both of them were killed. They were tortured. Both of them were murdered. And it happened that both of them were murdered on 14th of February. So, this 14th of February became a famous date in Christianity. Now, this middle of February, the middle of February is the beginning of spring season. And in the spring season, the weather is nice. And when people see that the birds are mating with each other, the female bird and the male bird are mating with each other, there is a romantic scene in the atmosphere. And it is the middle of February, the beginning of spring season. So, in order to name this romantic beginning of the spring season, people thought that, okay, 14th February is the martyr day of Saint Valentine. So let us name this beginning of this romantic season in the name of Saint Valentine, the 14th of February. So people started to identify this day, 14th of February, as Valentine's Day. And this Valentine's Day became synonymous with the romantic season, the start of the romantic season, where the birds are chirping and they are mating with each other, and there is a nice romantic atmosphere in the nature also. So, this Valentine's Day, which is the day commemorating the murder of Saint Valentine, became synonymous with this romantic this season and the romantic things. So in this way, the Valentine's Day became more and more popular in the world as a romantic day. The actual history of Valentine, the Saint Valentine, people forgot. They don't know. They don't know that what Saint Valentine did. They don't care to know what is the history of Valentine, Saint Valentine, what he actually did. Both of these two saints, both of whose names were Saint Valentine, they preached God consciousness. They preached about spiritual life to the people in general. And for that reason, they were murdered and tortured and killed. But people think this Valentine's Day as the day of giving roses to the opposite gender, the opposite sex. So, real love exists when the soul, the Atma, connects with the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Lord, who is God Himself. That is the real eternal love that exists within the heart of every living entity. But every living entity in this world have forgotten their eternal relationship with God, which is the whole basis of pure love. So, people think that the real love which exists between God and His servant, that same love, when it is pervertedly reflected in this world, it becomes lust. Real love exists in the spiritual world, but that real love which exists in the spiritual world between God and His servants is pervertedly reflected as lust, which is prominently seen as sex desire, which you see in this material world. So, this day, the Valentine's Day, let us celebrate this Valentine's Day in a unique way. Let us celebrate this Valentine's Day in the platform of real love, rather than in the platform of lust. In the platform of lust, in which the whole world is celebrating this Valentine's Day as a day of giving roses to the opposite sex. From that platform, let us celebrate this Valentine's Day in the platform of real love. Real love means it is unmotivated and uninterrupted. That can only happen between the soul and the Supreme Soul, God. Selfless love. It can never be broken. Even after death, it continues. And it is unmotivated. There is no motivation in the love between a pure devotee of God and God Himself, who is the Supreme Person. So, let us celebrate this year's Valentine's Day, expressing our love to God. And the Vedic scriptures tell that the Supreme God is Krishna Himself. Let us repose our loving propensity in the right direction towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Let us repose our loving tendency. Every living entity has a loving tendency. No one is there who does not have loving tendency. Even the animals, we see that. Because animals are also spirit soul. They are in animal body. But what is the matter with that? They are also spirit soul. So every spirit soul has loving propensity. Because originally the spirit soul belongs to the spiritual world, where the soul loves the Supreme Lord. And the Supreme Lord also loves each and every soul. Forgetting that real love, we have come to this material world and we are running after lust. This attraction between the opposite sexes. So let us celebrate this year's Valentine's Day by reposing our love towards the right direction. That is, reposing our love towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Then that will be a successful celebration of Valentine's Day. We can offer a rose to the Supreme Lord in this day, expressing our gratitude, expressing our love. That, oh Lord, oh Krishna, you have given us all the facilities in this human form of life. to remember you, to devote our lives to you. But unfortunately, I am forgetful of that. So let us revive my lost loving relationship with you, oh my Lord. That is how we can celebrate. In this consciousness, we can celebrate the Valentine's Day in the most powerful and most meaningful way. And with this note, let us chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and let us devote this year's Valentine's Day in the consciousness of developing our lost loving relationship with the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much.